Am I the asshole? For asking my husband to stay away an extra day when he travels? My husband travels for both work and pleasure every 2-3 months for 3-7 days at a time. He gets restless without it, so I have never had a problem with it. The only thing is, for the day or so he comes back, he is not helpful and wants to lounge about, sleep in and be gruff. We have a 6-year-old who has some special needs, and I hate thinking I have extra hands to help or an adult to talk to only to have another child to take care of. After the day he perks back up and things are okay again. After the last time, I asked him to stay away for another day. I told him I'd pay for a hotel or he could crash with a friend. He got really upset and said he likes to crash in his bed and that he was hurt I didn't want him just because he wasn't useful. I told him that it's just really hard to have him around when he's not himself. My mom agrees with me, but my dad said he'd be hurt by the sentiment. Our friends are split, with most saying they get it, but I presented it coldly. Am I the asshole? For not wanting to deal with him when he first gets back. ETA The part that makes it hard is our daughter tries to get in his face and interact with him and he just wants to rest. I have to take her away and calm her down and try and get her happy again. They usually have a tight bond and she's used to getting his attention, so it's just hard on both of us that he wants to laze for a day. I've also suggested he come back on a work day and take the day off so he can relax. He's great when he's himself, but he gets exhausted traveling. Also, for those asking, I think there's a huge difference on the work trips and the personal trips. When work exhausts him, I get it. When he's been traveling with his friends, I do expect him to come back and chip in or just not make things harder. I think the hard part is really that this is an area we struggle to communicate on. I think in my head the compromise has always been, I don't mind if you travel a lot, but when you're here I need you on because single parenting is hard. Like so many on this thread, I think we just need to communicate better. He needs to start contributing on the day he returns. Problem solved. Info: do you get to go away every 2-3 months for 3-7 days? Not the asshole. And I can't believe how many people are making excuses for him. Consistently coming home but basically ignoring his child because he needs to relax for an entire day after being gone is unacceptable. He is actually being a burden by upsetting daughter, not just not being useful. He's making life harder for you. Not the asshole. As the parent who travels, I don't get the luxury to be cranky when I get home. Now, I might be jet-lagged and need extra sleep. Most of my work trips are international, but even if I am brain dead, I pull myself together for my kids and my husband. Your husband is being selfish. He can be a grump after she goes to bed. He gets restless with what? He travels for pleasure while you stay home to take care of your kid. That already just is he cheating? Does he have another family you don't know about? Hell, I tell him not to come back. Why not use the money you'd spend on extending his stay to pay for a babysitter, house cleaner and ordering in food so you can both have a do-nothing day? Is that possible? Info: is he a burden to you while he is home? If he stayed in a hotel, would you have less to do? Has he offered to make it up to you by giving you time off? Not the asshole. He gets to do the traveling he wants. He comes home and hurt feelings or not. He's a burden and makes life harder for you. He needs to either come home and be involved or stay somewhere else for that extra day to decompress. The hypocrisy of him handing your daughter off as soon as you return home after you've traveled with the expectation you be involved immediately is crazy. Not the asshole. If he can't be an active, enthusiastic participant in the household the day after traveling for pleasure while you single parent your child, it seems to me that he needs to stop taking these trips. Your ask isn't unreasonable, but it's fundamentally absurd that he needs a day's vacation to recover from his extremely frequent vacations while you consistently pick up all of his slack. This man needs to grow up. Not the asshole. That said, staying away an extra day even at a hotel at the airport in your hometown might still bring him home cranky and tired, especially if all he wants is his bed and surroundings. Maybe ask that he make his return trip plans so he arrives at home after your daughter has gone to bed. Then he can have a night of sleep in his own bed and wake up ready to rejoin the family. Suggest that, whenever possible, he schedule his flights such that he gets home after your kid is in bed. He'll get a full night's sleep to recover and will have no excuse not to be chipper and ready to help the next morning. Back when I was hitting the road on a regular basis, lots of business travel, I routinely scheduled flights so that I would arrive at home at 9:11 p.m., for this very reason. Your husband needs to step up as a parent. Not the asshole. When someone travels away from their kid, when they return home, they should want to spend time with their kid to try and make up for lost time, not be cranky and brush their kid away. He should also want to help out his spouse, who is also probably tired from having to be the sole parent while he is away. If he can't be a loving parent when he returns home, I think telling him to stay away is fine. Is he much older than you, or does he have an illness? Info: how much parenting does he do when he is home? He needs to give his balls a tug and be a dad regardless of his trips. If he can't do that, he shouldn't be there at all. He's a parent above anything else. Poor baby can't go on a trip and come back to being a father, then maybe he just shouldn't be one. It sounds to me like he comes home hungover. Not the asshole. I get that he is hurt, and that your dad would also be hurt, but yeah, with a kid with special needs, not wanting hubby around if he's not gonna be useful sounds reasonable to me. Maybe you two are overdue for a big talk about mutual expectations and management thereof. Not the asshole. Stop getting kid out of his face, and if he complains, say he's a father and it's his responsibility to be there for his child. Info: why would staying an extra day away fix the problem? Won't he still want to relax when he gets back? I have so many questions and thoughts about this. The need to take these holidays with friends on a regular basis, while he leaves his wife home to single parent his special needs child. Do you get similar holidays, and as often? Is he left to singularly care for your daughter for days at a time? This gaslighting business, I'm not down with. You care for and love your child, but he can only offer his help on his own terms. I don't think so. I see red flags on this. You are treating the symptom, not the problem. The problem is that you had a child with a man who is selfish and doesn't care about his child. His wants are more important. He has a break from parenting, comes home and continues to ignore his child. This is the issue you need to address. He should be spending extra time with his child when he returns, just as you do. You need to explain this to him like he is a child, since he is acting like one. I understand what you are trying to do and not the asshole, but I don't think that is going to solve your problem. I travel probably once a month and jet lag is really life. I wouldn't be surprised even if he did stay an extra day if he still came home and wanted a day of rest. I'm the same way he is. Fortunately I don't have kids, and if I did I would suck it up like an adult. Not the asshole. Your husband leaves you every few weeks to single parent a child with special needs. Do you get to take a break from parenting like that? Not the asshole. Husband is one though. So he gets to go off on a jolly and take time away, then he's grumpy when he gets back? Nuh-uh, that's not on. He's acting a fool on those trips with friends who are helping him do so. You don't get to be a married father and act like a single frat boy every 2-3 months. End that shit and make him pay. You are already a single parent, just make it official. Nata. He doesn't mind being gone 3-5 days when he wants, but being gone an extra day to get his head together so he's functional for his family hurts his feelings. He's lucky you're both in the position to emotionally and financially convert the trips and childcare. He needs to shorten his trips so that 24 hours hits while he was going to be gone and he's elsewhere. Take the 24 you offer locally, or step up. Not the asshole. He should try being a parent. Ooh, I love when people act like a child is just a pick and choose days kind of thing. Dad of the year, right there.